My girlfriend said, "You're pathetic for checking up on me." When I asked why she was 3 hours late, I said, "You're right," and hired a private investigator instead. The photos arrived this morning, along with her pregnancy test results that aren't mine. I-34 mail got the manila envelope this morning, hands shaking as I opened it. Should have trusted my gut 3 weeks ago when everything started feeling off. 3 weeks back Tuesday night. Jasmine, 31, was supposed to be home by 7 p.m. after her book club. We'd been together 4 years, living together for 2. At 10:15 p.m., she walks in like nothing's wrong. Me, "Hey, everything okay? You're pretty late." Dropping her purse, annoyed. "Seriously?" We grabbed drinks after, lost track of time. Me could have texted, was getting worried, rolling her eyes. "Oh my God, are you really doing this? I'm a grown woman, not your property." "I didn't say you were. Just a heads up would have been nice." Voice getting sharp. "You know what? You're pathetic for checking up on me. This controlling behavior is exactly why my friends think you're toxic." That stung. I'd never been controlling, never checked her phone, never questioned her friendships. This was literally just asking about 3 hours of radio silence. Me, "I'm not checking up on you. You said 7, it's past 10. That's just basic communication." Whatever, I don't need to report my every movement. Get a hobby instead of sitting around waiting for me like a lost puppy. She stormed off to shower. Left me standing there, confused. Since when was concern pathetic? The next few days, more red flags. Working late became routine. Client dinners popped up last minute. Her phone was suddenly face down everywhere, password changed. When I mentioned any of it, same response. I was being pathetic, controlling, insecure. Friday night, she comes home at midnight, smelling like cologne that wasn't mine. Me, "Jasmine, we need to talk. If this is another interrogation about my whereabouts, save it. You smell like men's cologne." Laughing, but it sounded forced. Derek hugged me goodbye. He always drowns himself in that stuff. You're really reaching now. Derek, her coworker in accounts, divorced last year, bit of a player according to office gossip she used to share. Just Derek. You're pathetic, you know that? Maybe if you spent less time paranoid about what I'm doing, and more time being interesting, I wouldn't need to stay out just to have adult conversations. That's when I made the decision. She was right, I was being pathetic. Me, you're absolutely right. Surprised. Oh. Good, finally. I'll work on myself, sorry for being clingy. Next morning, I Googled private investigators, found Glenn, former cop, specialized in infidelity cases. $500 retainer, $75 plus expenses. Met him at a coffee shop Monday. Glenn, what makes you think she's cheating? Explained the late nights, cologne, defensive behavior. He nodded, seen it 1,000 times. I'll need her routine, workplace address, vehicle details, any specific concerns. Me, just need the truth, and check if this Derek guy is involved. Usually takes about a week. I'll document everything, photos, timestamps, locations, legal methods only. Felt dirty hiring him, but dirtier being gaslit every time I expressed concern. That week was torture. Acted normal, apologized for being clingy, suggested date nights she suddenly had no time for. She seemed pleased I'd finally gotten the message. Meanwhile, kept finding things. Receipt for lingerie I'd never seen. Uber charges to addresses I didn't recognize. Birth control pills in her purse. Weird since she had an IUD. Then this morning, Glenn called. Glenn, can you meet? Have your report? Better in person. The envelope was thick. My coffee went cold as I flipped through it. Photos. Time-stamped. Dated. Jasmine and Derek. Entering a downtown hotel at 2 p.m. last Wednesday, when she was supposedly in client meetings. Her car parked overnight at an apartment complex across town. The two of them at a pharmacy together. But the last page, that's what broke me. A photo of a receipt from the pharmacy. Pregnancy test. Prenatal vitamins. Paid with her credit card. Yesterday at 4:47 p.m. We hadn't been intimate in 3 weeks. She'd claimed stress from work, needed space. Glenn, there's more. The apartment she's been visiting? Lease shows Derek signed it 2 months ago. She's there 3 to 4 nights a week. Timeline doesn't look good for you being the father. I'm sorry. Paid him. Sat in my car for an hour just staring at the photos. 4 years. We talked about marriage, kids, buying a house together. While I was saving for our future, she was building one with someone else. Drove home. She'd left for work already. Walked through our apartment, her yoga mat in the corner, our photos on the walls, her coffee mug in the sink. How long had I been living in a lie? Found myself in our bedroom, looking at her side of the closet. That's when I noticed it. Small gym bag pushed to the back. Opened it. Lingerie. The missing pieces. A phone charger. And papers. Printouts of apartment listings, all in a different neighborhood. All saved in the last month. She wasn't just cheating. She was planning her exit, while making me feel pathetic for caring. Sitting here now, evidence spread on the kitchen table. She'll be home in 6 hours. Still processing what to do. But one thing's clear. I wasn't pathetic for noticing something was wrong. I was pathetic for apologizing for it. Update 1. 2 days later. Didn't confront her right away. Needed time to think. Lawyer buddy told me to protect myself first. Document everything. Understand my rights. We rent month to month, both names on lease. Most furniture's mine. Bank accounts separate, thankfully. She came home that night like normal. Kissed my cheek, made small talk about her day. I played along, watching her lie effortlessly. She even suggested we try that new sushi place this weekend. Future planning while pregnant with another man's child. The audacity. Yesterday morning she left for work. I called in sick, started packing her things, methodically. Every piece of clothing, every toiletry, every little thing that was hers. Labeled boxes neatly, put them in the spare room. Found more evidence while packing. Love notes from Derek stuffed in book pages. Hotel key cards in jacket pockets. Pregnancy books hidden under her side of the bed. Then I did something maybe petty. Changed the apartment's Wi-Fi password. Changed my Netflix, Hulu, HBO passwords. Removed her as authorized user on my credit card she used for emergencies. Canceled the gym membership I paid for. Took her name off my AAA account. Small things, but things she took for granted. At 3 p.m. while she was at work, Derek's apartment according to Glenn's tracking, I sent an email to our landlord, informed him I'd be terminating my portion of the lease with 30 days notice. Attached documentation that I'd found alternate housing for my co-tenant. Professional, clean. Then I waited. She came home at 11 p.m., 3 hours late again. Jasmine. Babe, why is the Wi-Fi not working? Me, oh, had to change it. Security update. Jasmine, can you give me the new password? Me, sure, it's Pathetic X 2024, capital P and E. She laughed nervously, typed it in. Didn't work. It's not working. Oops, sorry, typo. It's actually Pathetic X 2024, no extra T. Her face changed. Got the message. What's going on? Your boxes are in the spare room. Lease termination notice is on the counter. You've got 30 days to figure out your situation. Excuse me, what are you talking about? I slid the envelope across the table. The photos spilled out. Her with Derek, the hotel, the pregnancy test receipt. Face white, then red. You hired someone to follow me? Yep. Turns out I'm pathetic like that. This is illegal. Stalking. Invasion of privacy. All legal, public places, no expectation of privacy. Check with a lawyer if you want. She scrambled through the photos, stopped at the pregnancy test receipt. This isn't, you don't understand. I understand we haven't had sex in 3 weeks. I understand you're pregnant. Math's pretty simple. Tears starting. It's not Derek's. Cool, still not mine though. We can work through this. Couples therapy, it was a mistake. Which part? The cheating, the pregnancy, the gaslighting, the apartment hunting behind my back? Her face went from sad to angry. The mask dropped. Jasmine, you know what? Fine. You want to be like this? I never loved you anyway. You're boring. Derek's twice the man you are. At least he doesn't need to hire people to spy because he's too pathetic to trust his girlfriend. Me, ex-girlfriend. And I didn't trust you. That's why I hired Glenn. Turns out I was right. You're throwing away 4 years. Me, no, you did that. I'm just taking out the trash. She grabbed her phone, started texting furiously. Probably Derek. I'm staying at Derek's tonight. But this isn't over. I have rights. I'll sue you for emotional distress, for harassment. Me, good luck with that. Don't forget your pregnancy vitamins in the bathroom cabinet. She stormed to pack an overnight bag, came back 20 minutes later. My gym membership isn't working. Me, canceled it. You can't do that. I paid for it. I can. I need my Netflix login. Get your own account. Derek can afford it, right? She called me every name in the book: pathetic, controlling, abusive, manipulative, then dropped the bomb. "I'll tell everyone what you did, how you stalked me, invaded my privacy. Good luck dating when every woman knows you hire PIs to follow girlfriends around. Tell them how I hired a PI after you gaslit me for asking why you were 3 hours late. Tell them about the pregnancy that's not mine. See how that story plays out." She left, slamming the door. But I knew this wasn't over. People like Jasmine don't just accept consequences. Update 2. 1 week later. The smear campaign started immediately. By Thursday, my phone was blowing up. Mutual friends, her family, even some of my coworkers. "Heard you hired a PI to stalk Jasmine. That's seriously messed up." Jasmine's devastated. "How could you kick out a pregnant woman? Never thought you were the controlling type. Guess we never really know people." She'd crafted quite the narrative. Poor pregnant woman kicked out by paranoid, controlling boyfriend who hired someone to stalk her. Zero mention of Derek, the cheating, or that the baby wasn't mine. Instead of defending myself individually, I took a different approach. Made a simple Facebook post. "Since people seem interested in my relationship status, yes, Jasmine and I broke up. Yes, I hired a PI after being repeatedly gaslit about her whereabouts. Yes, she's pregnant. No, it's not mine. We hadn't been intimate in the time frame. Yes, she was having an affair with her coworker Derek. I have receipts, literally. Anyone who wants to judge without facts is welcome to unfriend me. Moving forward with my life." Attached 1 photo, the pharmacy receipt for the pregnancy test, with the date clearly visible. The tide turned quickly. People who'd attacked me started asking questions. Her story began falling apart. But Jasmine doubled down. Friday afternoon, I get a call from building management. "Manager, Mr. Thompson, we received a concerning complaint. Ms. Williams claims you've been harassing her, preventing her from accessing her legal residence." Me, I gave her 30 days notice as allowed by our lease agreement. She's free to access the apartment when I'm not home, as communicated in writing. She also claims you've stolen her belongings? Everything she owns is packed in labeled boxes in the spare room. I have photos proving nothing was discarded or damaged. Would you like to see them? Sighs. This is messy. Can you both just work it out? I've been trying to end things cleanly. She's the one creating drama. That evening she showed up with Derek and her sister Lauren. Didn't knock, used her key. You need to stop this vendetta against my sister. Vendetta? I'm just moving on. She can get her stuff anytime. Trying to look tough. Listen man, what you did with the PI was out of line. Me Derek, you're literally the guy she cheated with. You don't get to lecture me about lines. It's not like that. We're in love, you should respect that. Cool, respect that this is still my apartment for 3 more weeks. Get the boxes and go. I need time to find a place. You can't just throw me out. You've been apartment hunting for a month, found those printouts in your gym bag. Besides, Derek has a nice place. Glenn took photos of it. Derek's face changed. Guess he wasn't ready for cohabitation. We haven't discussed. I mean, temporarily maybe. Jasmine turned on him. Temporarily? I'm carrying your child. Awkward silence. Lauren looked between them, pieces clicking together. Wait, what? You said the baby was Ryan's and he was abandoning you. Lauren, not now. Oh, she didn't mention Derek? The affair? The pregnancy test from last week that can't possibly be mine since we haven't been together in 3 weeks? Lauren stared at her sister. The betrayal on her face was something. Jas, you lied to me? To Mom? To everyone? Jasmine, it's complicated. Ryan was emotionally absent. Derek understood me. Me, I was emotionally absent because you kept calling me pathetic for caring about you. They argued among themselves for 10 minutes. Derek trying to leave, Jasmine demanding commitment, Lauren calling her sister out on her lies. Better than cable. Finally got them to take some boxes and leave. But Saturday morning brought new drama. Woke up to texts from my boss. Screenshots of emails he'd received. From Jasmine. Dear Mr. Peterson, I felt obligated to inform you about your employee Ryan Thompson's concerning behavior. He hired a private investigator to stalk me, has been harassing me and displaying signs of severe paranoia and control issues. As someone who experienced his abuse, I'm worried about him having access to company resources and potentially targeting other women. I have documentation of his stalking and harassment if needed. My boss knows me well. His response? Ryan, call me when you can. Also, please forward any documentation about this situation. This seems like potential defamation. Called him, explained everything, sent him the PI report, the receipt, screenshots of her gaslighting texts. He was pissed, not at me, at her. Boss, she's trying to get you fired after cheating on you? Me? Apparently I'm not suffering enough consequences for catching her. Boss, forward everything to HR. We need a paper trail, and consider a restraining order. This is escalation. He was right. She'd crossed from personal attacks to trying to destroy my livelihood. Time to lawyer up properly. Final update. 3 weeks later. Got a lawyer. Sent Jasmine a cease and desist letter. Stop contacting my employer, stop defaming me online, or face legal action. The letter also clarified she had 2 weeks left to retrieve her belongings before they'd be considered abandoned. Her response? Posted on social media about being silenced by my abuser's lawyers. Tagged my company. Big mistake. My company's legal department doesn't play. They sent their own letter threatening action for defamation and tortious interference with business relations. Suddenly, all her posts disappeared. But the real karma came from Derek. Turns out when Jasmine showed up with boxes expecting to move in, he panicked. He liked the affair, not the responsibility. Told her he needed space to process everything. According to the grapevine, she lost it. Showed up at his work, pregnant and crying, demanding he take responsibility. His work, where his ex-wife is also employed. In accounting. Drama explosion. Derek's ex apparently sent Jasmine a message, "Welcome to the club." He did the same thing to me. Good luck getting child support. Plot twist. Derek had a vasectomy after his divorce. Never told Jasmine. When he finally admitted it, she had to come clean. The baby was actually her ex-FFWB Terrell's from a one-time mistake 6 weeks ago when she was confused about our relationship. She'd been playing everyone. Me, Derek, probably Terrell too. Last week she came for her final boxes. Alone. No more bravado. Jasmine, quiet. I know you hate me. Me, I don't hate you. I nothing you. I messed everything up. Yep. Derek dumped me. Terrell wants a paternity test before he'll talk. My sister won't speak to me. I have to move back with my parents. Okay. That's it? Okay. No gloating? What do you want me to say? You created the situation. You cheated, lied, got pregnant by someone else, tried to destroy my reputation and career. Now you're facing consequences. That's just life. She loaded her car in silence. Before leaving, one last attempt. We could have worked through this if you hadn't hired that investigator. If I hadn't hired Glenn, you'd still be lying to me, still be cheating, still be planning your exit while calling me pathetic. The investigator didn't cause this. Your choices did. You're really just gonna let me leave? Pregnant and alone? You're not alone. You have parents. You have Terrell, potentially. You have options. They're just not the ones you wanted. She left. Haven't heard from her since. Aftermath. Kept the apartment. Renewed lease in just my name. Work situation resolved. Boss actually praised how I handled it. Dating again, slowly. Very upfront about boundaries now. Glenn the PI sent a thank you card. Apparently I gave him the most drama-free case he'd had all year. The mutual friends sorted themselves out. The real ones reached out after learning the truth. The others who still think I'm the villain? No loss there. Looking back, the signs were there. The contempt, the gaslighting, the entitlement. But when you're in it, you rationalize. You doubt yourself. Especially when they're telling you you're pathetic for having normal concerns. Jasmine thought she could have everything. Me as the stable backup. Derek as the exciting affair. Terrell as the oops, and her reputation intact. When it all came crashing down, she tried to destroy me rather than face accountability. But here's the thing about hiring a PI when someone calls you pathetic for caring. It's not about revenge. It's about reality. I needed to know I wasn't crazy, that my instincts were right. That investment saved me from who knows how many more months or years of manipulation. Sometimes the best response to gaslighting isn't therapy or communication. Sometimes it's just cold, hard evidence and the backbone to act on it. She was right about one thing, though. I was pathetic. Pathetic for ignoring red flags, for apologizing when she was the one lying, for trying to save a relationship that existed only in my head. Not anymore. These days, when someone shows me who they are, I believe them the first time. And I sure as hell don't apologize for having standards. To anyone dealing with similar situations, trust your gut. Don't let someone make you feel crazy for having normal expectations. And if they call you pathetic for caring, maybe it's time to care about yourself instead.